Hey everybody, this is Harshith and this is Nithin. We're ARTIFIN and we're building the future of finance. We're building a dashboard which is conversational AI for finance professionals. So we're just doing a small podcast here with Nithin. It's just going to be a normal conversation, and we just have a few pointers which we want to discuss, right, Nithin? So starting off with the podcast, which is the future of finance, conversational AI, and beyond, right? So a small brief introduction about us. So I am the CEO of ARTIFIN, and this Nithin is actually the CTO, right? So Nithin is handling the whole tech part, and then we've also gotten a few interns as well. So yeah, I think that's what's happening right now, and we're riding on the AI wave as well, right? We want to build something in this because we do see this as a gold mine of opportunity, and we want to seize this, right? So let's start off with conversational AI, Nithin. Why are people talking so much about conversational AI? What is conversational AI?
So, conversational AI, the best example right now would be the chat.openai.com/chat website, where you could actually converse with AI. So the thing is that these are NLP models. So NLP models are human text that have been processed and can further, give output, take input human text and give output human text. So this fits best with chat model, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the reason. And one more thing, I guess humans are best, are most expressive when they type it out, right? Instead of we give them few buttons to select, they could just type it out.
So what do you mean by typing exactly? Like prompting, you mean?
Yeah, like prompting, exactly.
Okay.
So instead of prompting, let's say we had some other option to select some option from drag down. So that would limit the number of attributes we given.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like limiting the functionality of that.
Exactly.
Okay. So with prompt, we're basically whatever's in our mind, we're just converting it into language.
Exactly.
And then just prompting it there.
And this makes the user interface so simple. Instead of making a complex user interface where you want to get some output, even a 5-year-old a kid who can type in English could use it, right?
Okay. Got it. All right. So one thing that we actually want to talk about is also the limitations of current financial software and how we're actually integrating conversational AI with finance, because these are two completely separate things. But now with ARTIFIN, it's going to be the same, because we truly believe that the future of finance is conversational. So whatever conversation that you've spoken, for 5 years old, it's a different case. It could be a small poems or something, right? But the same thing, the same tech could actually be implemented for finance and other industries as well, right? So now as we're targeting finance, the same conversational AI in finance, right? That was actually our idea there itself, because we were thinking, instead of just having normal conversation or just before this, one thing I can tell you is I was just having a conversation with someone, and then we were just talking, hey, did you explore what OpenAI ChatGPT is? And then she said, oh yes, it's used for writing essays and articles, and that's all she thinks that it is, which is not the case. There's so much you can build on top of that. So I think this is where we see there are these gaps in finance, and then it can be really filled with conversational AI, right? So now, Nithin, tell me how ARTIFIN is, bridging the gap between finance and conversational AI. So where does our dashboard come in? What's the gap that we're filling here?
So the thing is, let's get back to the point where you met a person. She knows that ChatGPT could write essays for you. And that is because that's the only way she thinks. So let's say there's a programmer. He would just use it for coding, and that's the way he thinks he could use it. And with ARTIFIN, what we do is we give them selected prompts. Like, for example, before you type out something, when you enter your document, we give them relevant prompts, like what can you ask? So just by those relevant prompts, the person can explore more. What are the other prompts he can? So he could get more, out of it just by the feature of documents we are giving. So if you look at the plain Chat GPT, right now you can't upload files. Yeah, you have the options like plugins and all, but they are not trained on finance specifically.
Yeah.
But we are.
Yeah.
So we look at the documents, we vectorize it, and then we get the prompts that the user could possibly enter, and we are going to give them. And the user, if they are interested in the prompt, they could just click it. As well, the person using it can also, ask for the document, ask for graphs, all the other things, which helps you better visualize stuff, your finances.
Correct. Exactly, because of course there are plugins in ChatGPT where with GPT-4 Premium you can just add in a few plugins. You can actually use multiple plugins. I think the limit is currently just 3. But then when you do that, you can just use like chat with PDF, and then a graph generator, and then let's say a web pilot, which just scrapes data from URLs as well. If you're combining all of these 3 and just using in ChatGPT, it basically you can just upload your document and then just talk to the document itself. But I think there's still a pain point where certain words in finance can mean something completely different in other worlds. So what I mean is, if it's in finance, it's different. If it's in medicine, it's different, right? So certain words may mean completely different things in different fields. But if we narrow down, and then we just talk about finance, we're basically building a brain only for finance.
Exactly. We have the context of finance, the context of the field of finance. Exactly. Let's think of it like this, that we are cutting down the the unnecessary sections from the LLM which we are using, and just the necessary part, so that it can be more focused. For example, let's say there are 2 ways of asking something from ChatGPT, but either of the way works better than the other. It's because you are narrowing it down. For example, there's a plugin, Prompt Perfect. What it does is you enter your prompt, and it's going to add more details to it.
Okay.
So what does adding more details do? It narrows down the the LLM's context. So this is what we are doing it before, pre-hand.
Okay.
And as well, it's more than a wrapper, because it's the chat option is just one of the components. That's it.
Correct.
You have all your tools. It's like a workstation where you get it, and you get your finances done. You get there, you get your finances done, and there is also the chat option available, but there are also the other options available.
Correct. And I think that's a very good point that you were sharing. Is it just a GPT-4 plugin? That's basically what most AI startups are as well, and I think that's what our MVP is starting off as well. And we don't want to lie about it, like, because we are building in public and it's all there. We are actually using OpenAI currently for our MVP, and then once we ship it, we genuinely do want to create our own model, right? But then the data sets, the large amount of data sets, that takes a little bit of capital and time to build. But that's actually our end goal, to create a conversational AI just for the finance industry, right? And there's something I want to discuss with you. Here's the democratization dilemma, right? So basically, the concerns of OpenAI is it's become more accessible, right, for anybody. So basically, the dilemma goes: if anybody has access to the OpenAI APIs, they can build the same thing. They can just wrap it up and then they can build the whole thing. So the dilemma goes, now where is your business model there, right? I think that's where we actually come in. We do want to make the product in such a way, because we do have competitors as well. Like, there are a few competitors. I think Bloomberg GPT is one of the biggest competitors. SAP has launched its own conversational bot, which of course shows that there's validation and there's a market for this thing. But we still want to narrow down and then focus on exactly what the finance professional needs, right? For example, there's something we're actually building. We're actually building a plugin for the Excel as well.
Exactly.
Right.
One of your tools in the workstations. It's like one of your tools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. And I was also going through this article from Sarah Tavel, who I think is a partner at Benchmark. She just writes a nice blog where she was saying, don't sell software, sell work. Off the bat, what do you think it means?
So that's right. Usually people have great ideas. It's great in your mind, but then again you think of it. How is it going to, help the user earn
Correct.
money? Right.
Exactly. I think that's actually the end goal.
That is the end goal. That's the reason.
Yeah. Either help them make money or just save money or save time, right? And this whole analogy of sell work and not software, basically with our product, we're just basically integrating it into the finance professional's workflow so easily that if you need 10 people, now you don't need 3. I think it actually replaces a lot of finance interns as well, like the ones who graduate and then they join like JP Morgan for internships. Do we really need them after ARTIFIN? Because a lot of grunt work can just be done with ARTIFIN itself, right? So, yeah.
Well, I don't think that's exactly the case. I think it might replace a lot of niche work, but the main work what ARTIFIN does is the grunt work. What you're talking about is that I guess like the document cleanup data.
Exactly. I think that it replaces a lot because a lot of interns do that, right? They just do a lot of scraping.
If it's exactly outside the field of finance, it's going to replace it.
Exactly.
It's going to replace it absolutely. But the interns who are in the finance field, no, don't worry.
Don't worry because we'll actually help you become more productive. Right? We'll actually help you become more productive, and that's the way to go because you have to use AI as well. You have to use all these AI tools to become more productive because let's say there are two interns and then one guy uses ARTIFIN and the other doesn't. This guy's getting more work done just by using ARTIFIN, and right, the other guy isn't. So it's your job is at stake. So
exactly, in case if you don't use ARTIFIN, you might lose your job.
Exactly. And I think that's the point here, right? The human AI collaboration. So what's like the ideal scenario where AI complements human decision making than replacing it?
Exactly. This itself. You are an intern working at a place.
Correct.
The chances of you, if you are in the financial domain, the chances of you being removed for the reason that an AI is replacing you upfront is wrong. But if you don't use it, you might not be as productive as your
Exactly. I think I've also read this somewhere, right? You wouldn't be replaced by AI directly, but you'd be replaced by the people who are using AI.
Exactly.
Right? I think that's super important because there's so many people who are not using AI, and it's like this compounding graph. We understand compounding, right? And this compounding graph where if you're constantly learning about something, putting in the effort, just on Twitter, looking at what's happening, what's the latest news, what's the latest product update on AI and everything, you're already on top of it, right? Because I've seen this LinkedIn poll where there were actually like 3 questions, right? The three kind of people who answered. The ones who actually use AI a lot, the ones who use it a little bit, and the ones who don't use it at all. So the question goes, do you think AI will replace you? What's your threat with AI? And interestingly, the guys who use AI a lot on a daily basis said yes the most. The ones who don't, they don't really know the power, right? So they're like, maybe AI, it's there, right? And AI is not you, right? AI has been there since hundreds of years, from the printing press, right?
Similar things like AI that actually came to disturb the market. For example, let's say when the calculators came, did it replace
what
the
came? Which
when
one?
the calculators?
Calculators, huh?
Did it replace the mathematicians?
No. That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that also automation? Isn't that also AI? I mean, we couldn't call it artificial intelligence, but it's automation.
It is automation.
Right.
It is definitely automation.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, when the calculators came, did they replace mathematicians? Why didn't they?
Well, if you look at the situation by ourselves and think about it, what did they do? They increased the productivity, right? As well, yeah. It did decrease your ability in mathematics in your daily life,
Yeah.
but that's there. But you could focus more on the important stuff, right?
Correct. I think that's a very good point because if you think of efficiency of human beings before calculators and now, we are living more quality life right now.
Exactly. You were stuck
Right.
with calculating stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were stuck with calculating stuff, but with calculators, you wouldn't have to focus on that. Now you're on to something more creative.
Exactly.
I think that's what basically human beings are like. As Homo sapiens, we always try to evolve, and I think we're meant for like more higher level work, higher quality work. Like even Naval Ravikant talks a lot about this. Like we're supposed to do higher quality work. I mean, like think of it like just numbers, like calculating numbers. If that's like a thing, and this goes to say that all our mathematics teachers used to scold us just because we didn't know the five or six table. I mean, does that really matter? When you have something that can do it, now you can focus on more
Important stuff.
Exactly.
Well, if you're looking at the positive stuff, they are there. And but the thing is that like it or don't like it, but you can't ignore it because
Correct.
it is here,
That is
and
here.
if you don't use it, you're out of the race.
That's correct. Yeah. I think we'll use that clipping as a shot. That's a good one. Yeah. And yeah, so I also want to discuss like other business models for people because founders might be watching it, startup, enthusiasts, AI enthusiasts might be watching this. So this is the problem that we are solving. And guys, if you're planning to solve a similar problem, if you're planning to come into the same niche, think again because we'll be building the best product here. So I think you just find something else because we'll be the best in this industry, we assure you, right? But for the ones who are exploring other industries with AI, what are the suggestions that you could give them, or what directions can they think, right? Because it's basically, I see this as UI as a business, right? And the interesting thing was, like, Nithin is such a good dev, he understands Python, he can talk to machines. But then when I told him about Zapier, he didn't really know what Zapier meant. But again, it's a $5 billion company, right? And Zapier exactly does what Nithin does, right? But then it's just an UI layer on top. So what was the first thing that came into your mind when we spoke about Zapier? What do you think?
Well, I thought I didn't feel intimidated that, oh no, I'm going to lose my clients. No, not at all. I thought now yes, there is something that has automated this part. Let's solve another problem.
Correct.
So it's not like that you're stuck with that, oh no, I lost my money.
Yeah.
No, you see your problem is solved, you go to the next one.
Yeah.
And that's how you build on it.
Correct.
And for the first question you asked, the AI wrapper thing.
Yeah.
What are
I don't call it a wrapper. It's I think calling it a wrapper. I see a lot of people call it a wrapper. Calling it a wrapper, it makes it like very like a extension, like a Chrome extension.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's more than that.
Okay. Let's talk.
Yeah. Let's call it a UI as a business model or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is that you could get multiple ideas with this. For example, you look at an AI, you think, wow, that's so good. The other day, we were exploring Hugging Face and we saw 2-3 AI models and we thought, wow, these are so good.
Correct. Like
Even-
Falcon,
Yeah.
180.
No, and the image to text
Yeah,
generator.
image to text. Correct.
We might definitely get the ideas, okay? We could do stuff like that, but they are all for fun and games. You play with it for some time and you lose your interest. So build an idea, think of an idea that is going to earn your consumers money. that is actually going to add value to your people. How can that AI add value to the people? If you are having an existing service, how can you integrate AI into that service?
Correct.
To boost the productivity.
Makes sense. And I kind of now get the reason why you keep saying make your clients money. It's basically because in business that's how value is measured.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how happy I make my clients. If they're not making real money out of using our product, it's not going to work in business, right? And now I actually get it. So basically what you mean is add value to them in such a way it increases their productivity, reduces their workforce, gives them more time for better workflow.
Well, but there are a few exceptions for this.
Okay.
Let's say you're building a game.
Okay.
The clients are not expecting money from you.
Makes sense.
But just some relaxation.
Correct.
So this is not absolutely the only point, but with this you can create a mind map.
Makes sense.
Where the idea fits in.
Got it.
Does it fit in the entertainment section? Is the user going to lose interest within 5 minutes? Or is it going to engage him for more long? You either think in that direction or you think in a direction where your user can make money from it.
Okay. Got it. So end scenario would be value itself.
Value itself.
Correct.
Exactly.
So what are the other use cases, right? Because now the immediate use case that I couldn't stop thinking about was like after the Meta. Have you seen the Facebook Meta glasses?
Yeah.
He launched, Zuck launched the Meta glasses in collaboration with Ray-Ban. One thing you should know, you should never bet against Mark Zuckerberg because, of course, Threads wasn't that great, but I think he will innovate, right? He definitely would innovate. And even like the Lex Friedman podcast, he shot that in VR. You should actually check that out. It was amazing. So I kind of didn't get the point. It's basically like FaceTime, but again, it's still something. So all you need is you wear the Quest. Is it the Quest? What's it called? Oculus or
Oculus, I guess.
Oculus, but then
I guess.
Yeah, whatever the Meta glasses are, right? I'm not talking about the glasses, the headset.
The VR headset.
The VR headset.
Yeah.
And once you wear that, it actually clones your entire face, and then the other guy can see it wherever you are.
Yeah.
Exactly like a face.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there were like a few memes like, why would I want to see like a rubberized version of a face when I can just do FaceTime? But I think there's still a lot of room for innovation there. A lot can happen. But the Meta glasses which were launched, that is amazing because it has Meta AI in it, right? And I think I think because he also owns Llama, I think he's able to make the image to text very easily because it basically recognizes whatever it is. So you just wear something and then if there's a camera, it sees that it's a camera and then it gives you something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's a cartoon show in my childhood.
In our childhood?
In our childhood, that a guy wears glasses and Doraemon.
Oh, Doraemon. Dude. Okay, yeah.
So this guy wears glasses to see what butterfly.
Oh, I think I've seen that episode.
You've seen that episode, right?
Yeah.
And I could relate that. Oh my God, these gadgets are getting real very soon.
Exactly.
Things do.
Yeah.
Things which are magic at one point of time are gadgets of another.
Exactly. And that was like the 22nd century robot, we used to call him.
Yeah.
And there was another gadget which basically it's like Gian and all of those. Basically it's just a photo like this, but then it can model the whole 3D version and show the whole 3D part.
Yeah.
And now we can actually do that.
We can actually do that.
Right? With Midjourney.
Midjourney and Photoshop as well. If you select a particular area and you type the prompt.
Yeah, prompt. Yeah, that's great. Exactly.
It's just getting crazy.
Exactly.
So it was, if you wanted to be a magician in your childhood, learn machine learning because that's what you could get closest to.
Correct. Yeah. All right. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much it for this week. These were the pointers we wanted to cover. But then in the end, I also want you to share with our audience the interns that we're looking for. What are the interns that we're looking for? Who can apply? Yeah. Go ahead.
Right now we are looking for devs,
Mhm.
4 devs, interns.
Correct. Like front end, back end?
Front end guys.
Yeah, we're looking for like 2 front end and 2 back end, I suppose. Yeah, we'll be sharing it below. Yeah, we'll be sharing it below.
I'm not sure about that right
yeah,
now.
we'll just be sharing that as well. And yeah, if you're an intern, if you're watching this, yeah, feel free to apply. And yeah, we're ARTIFIN, making finance easy. Thank you guys. Cut.